get to Station Road. All right. So took the bus, stopped at Mile 1, all right, then got a bus that was going into, Agri, all right. Nowadays they have mini buses, what you call keke buses, and the regular big buses. All right, so I said, you know what, let me go along, let me get to station. Those of you who don't know Port Harcourt very well, after you pass the government house, going straight down, you're going to old Port Harcourt town, you get to see a place they call Station Road. The road is now fixed, where there's some petrol stations on the left, it's the road that narrows out, curving to the left, that takes you to the very first mega petrol station in Port Harcourt. That's the NNPC mega station. It's still there, right? Those of you who know town very well. It used to be the haven for a lot of us during the fuel scarcity era of what was that Obasanjo period. It was crazy, that period. But we would sleep there. No jokes. People would sleep at that petrol station in the bid to buy petrol. All right. So I went there through Station Road, and then I heard stories. Then from that area, get into Eleme itself, Eleme roundabout, Eleme Junction, I beg your pardon. So after you pass what is called, or what is known as, Shell RA, hello people, all right? When you get there, you pass the very popular MTN mass where they sell phones and stuff like that. They fixed that road, by the way, all right? So get in there, all right, and taking another bus. I heard more stories. And then I decided to take e-hailing services for a few of the places I visited. This was in November, end of November. Ladies and gentlemen, now these drivers say that despite the harsh economic challenges that they as well are facing, that they have been unfairly demonized, criticized, and you will not believe this, marginalized by the good people of River State. They say, oh, if I increase price like this, they're not going to enter. But they forget, say, my wife to go market. My children go school. Now, for me, I take they feed, yada, yada, yada. And I'm like, but okay, just because you have issues doesn't mean that you should transfer your issues to everybody. He says, bros, all of us go suffer. So why should I, talking about the driver, why should I be, in quote, this sacrificial lamb? He goes to buy Gary as well. The woman who sells Gary will have to go and buy pepper as well. The woman who is selling pepper at some point is going to meet Baba Ogu, who sells goat meat. He too will go and meet Mamina, who sells the wrappers for his wife. Everybody is interconnected, but everybody seems to lay a lot of their blames, the insults, ladies and gentlemen, I heard this past 2 months on drivers. Hey, commercial drivers. The insult I heard people hurl at them, if they were very effective, I am very sure a good percentage of these individuals would have ended up in the hospital. So, this morning, do you think that these people are bad? Well, we're going to hear from commercial drivers this morning. I'm opening the phone lines because their stories are shocking. Some of the things I've heard, some of you would come into taxis knowing fully well you have no money to pay. You are not going to pay. You try to swing and swindle trick the taxi driver or the bus driver. Ends up in fights and quarrels, and do you know who I am? Then, some of you more younger, some would say elder, or maybe upwardly mobile people would sometimes know that you don't have money. And this is the shocking one, all right? Because I thought I left this in university. But an e-hailing driver in Port Harcourt said that he has received no less than 5 solicitations, I beg your pardon, from females who could not pay their rides. Pay for their rides. Oh, I'm going somewhere. They reach there. The person who they're expecting is not responding to them. Or maybe the person says, look, until you come inside, I will not pay. And the girl now says, oh, let me touch you small now. In this Port Harcourt. And so a lot of people are going around, like I said, hurling insults at commercial drivers. Meanwhile, they are on the receiving end of virtually everything. And I mean everything. So, we are going to be hearing from them this morning. 017-923-0002, 017-923-0003, 0817923-0002, 0817923-0003. At Nigeria Info PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X at Nigeria Info, where you find us on Facebook and on X.
The views and opinions shared on this program do not represent the position of Nigeria Info FM. Nigeria Info, let's talk.
Port Harcourt with Jude on 2.3 Nigeria Info.
Please, when you call in, please don't forget to turn down the volume of your radio set. Refrain from making derogatory or defamatory comments. Do not make inciting or, conflicting statements. All right. If you don't know, don't say it. All right. Very good. Now, let's get to the first one I have kept here for you. These are some of the things that the drivers are saying. Now, this one told me this was what day was this? Okay, let me open. Come on. Okay, there we go. All right, say, Oga, sometimes some people go enter. They know so the money when they get now fake money, but they won't make driver use on they buy fuel. Why? Why do some of you think the commercial drivers, right, are at the bottom end of the barrel when it comes to your tricks, your whims and caprices? Why? And interestingly, please don't get me wrong, I'm not holding brief for the commercial drivers. I'm not holding brief for anybody. All right, but the aim here is to get to hear from their own side. Now, on one of those days, I was going to my one. All right, I sat in front. Now, an elderly gentleman sat in. I was saying, shift. And I noticed that the driver was looking at the man. So I go, where you go? Asked him 3 times. Where you go? I looked down. Ladies and gentlemen, this elderly gentleman had his hand in my pocket. What was he looking for in my pocket, please? And I looked at him and I was looking at my hand. I looked at him. Okay, shit, where you they go? Make I adjust this place. Where you they go? And then he removed his hand and got down from the vehicle. Michael is in Borough Creek. Michael, good morning to you, please.
Good morning, Jude.
Good morning.
I'm so happy you're able to sojourn to Station Road.
Indeed.
How did you see the place now? Any changes?
The construction that has been abandoned is giving that place a very not so great look. With the railroad in that area. So it should be cleaned. It really should be cleaned.
Dude, the whole of town is so dirty. You come to St. Creek Road, you come to Bonny Street, Niger, where our people live. Nigeria, no changes. So it's like we are living in the past. Dude, the truth is that I have also been asked for such thing by female passengers.
Wow.
Actually, yes, I've had to encounter. One of them boarded my taxi from my car from Umola and stopped at the Lagos bus stop, and she sat at the front seat. After everybody
alighted.
Paid me money,
okay.
Paid me money and alighted. This young lady refused to alight, and she also refused to give me my money.
What time was this, Michael? What time?
In the morning.
In the morning.
Time, Jude. I'm telling you, in the morning. Not even night, morning. Then from Umola to Lagos bus stop was 100 naira. You understand? And this lady could not give it to me. And she was telling me that if I want to go like this, no problem. She say she did. I was like, oh, say in fact, if I go pick her and go to my house, we should go sit there. I work finish for the day.
Wait, she said you should carry her home.
Yes, that I should just go and keep the relax, and then when I'm done with my work, I can come over.
Wasn't she? Wait, hold on, Michael. Wasn't she worried that maybe you could be a thief? One chance person.
That time, this one chance has not been so rampant like this. You understand? Then this people has never come some years ago, and if you see what she was putting on this simpy dress, this rubber light dress that when they walk they stretch it down.
I see.
And she was just almost naked.
Lycra, that's what it's called.
Yes. I boarded my taxi. The same thing. Then the man, I've also encountered somebody. I find somebody from DSS office at UCC side. You know what I mean? When we go to somewhere around Eastern Bypass, somewhere around Bonabali.
Okay.
You know, this guy alighted
and
intended to go and take money from somebody.
And then
You
running.
know, I was in my car waiting for this guy. This guy did not show up. Only for him to come tell me, so the person I want to collect money from. The person not there. I'm telling you, I was shocked.
Okay, all right, Michael, thank you very much. Let's go on the break. We hear from more after we return.
You are tuned in to
Nigeria Info. We'll be right back after.
They are not saints. I am not saying they are saints. However, they have stories to tell. Stories of how some of you, the customers, the clients, the riders, have taken them for granted and have also very trickishly swindled and impoverished a good number of them. And these, ladies and gentlemen, are their stories. My question, once again, is this. Have you been unfair to the commercial drivers in River State? Welcome, ladies and gentlemen.
Stimulating and insightful conversations. Hello, Port Harcourt. 92.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
The views and opinions shared on this program do not represent the position of Nigeria Info FM. Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
So 017-923-0002, 0817923-0003, 0817923-0002, 0817923-0003. We are talking about commercial drivers here in Port Harcourt. And some of you who are also on the e-hailing platform, you fall under this category as well. Have you been unfairly treated? Has there been a bit of a bias, unjustly so, towards you? Well, let's find out from you. Ibiso is speaking to us from Audley Road. Ibiso, good morning to you. Welcome to Hello Port Harcourt.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
Compliment of the season.
Compliments of the season to you, Ibiso.
I know you are happy about your matter this morning.
maybe that's why I'm so happy, right? It's possible.
Yes. I know you do.
All right.
And you're expecting Boledic today.
No, that's how we roll.
Okay, about the drivers. You say that people insult or they insult them around us, you know. For me, is the orientation the parents, we, the citizens, we have for the drivers. Because some people will just look at the drivers as nobody. So that from the parents, the way they approach the drivers, they're shooting at them. So they put them in the same class. And the drivers in question put themselves in that shoes. Because if you are doing something, add your style to it. Don't do your seed. Without that thing, you will die. So, you know, the masses now use the opportunity to insult drivers. And they don't know that these people that are driving the cars of that time are very important, because anything that happens in your life, you are not alive again.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's good, you know, you honor them because they are human beings. Even the person that is selling a car, give that person that respect, because that person can put anything in that car for you to eat and you will not be alive. It's the orientation with the citizens of Nigeria we have. Like sometimes I do travel interstate. I sit down with the drivers. If I want to eat, I buy and give to them.
Okay.
I take that atmosphere of friendship with them. It's not that maybe they are hungry. But, you know, you make them to feel free. Like, look at the GIG drivers. They dress well, they approach you well, and not the rest. But some of these drivers, their way they are approaching the passenger, like, how about the way? But, you know, just be, you know, polite to people. Like yesterday, I bought an Uber. It's a woman.
Oh, interesting.
I decided to pay her cash, and I have money to her for her. I didn't take, you know, because in the night. So it depends on the way, you know, you keep yourself.
Okay.
These drivers are important. We are important, but the way we approach them, children will approach them, why they create another. That's not the way it's supposed to be.
That's not the way it's supposed to be. And that's why Ibiso is saying that we should all treat each other fairly. George is speaking to us from NTA Road. George,
okay.
Are you driving?
No, I'm not driving.
Okay. All right, George, welcome
I was
to the
listening from my car, but I'm outside now.
Okay, all right. Good morning to you, George.
I speak as an e-hailing driver.
Yes,
and
please.
I can tell you that I've made a lot of good friends from the business, and I've also seen a lot of the other part of people, not good friends in it. Now, a lot of them just see the hailing drivers or bus drivers like some kind of careless people that are worthless. But I can tell you that a lot of people that are doing the e-hailing business are graduate to DSC, even with master's degree. Now, so many of us have seen jobs of 150, 200K. We turn them down because the e-hailing job is helping us. Now, when I meet people and they try to, I've been pushing several, sometimes I just keep quiet, and sometimes I'm forced to speak. Now, I'll give you one example. I took some students from USC, and somehow, some way, they didn't book it correctly. Their pickup point was wrong. Their destination was also wrong. So I tried to make them to correct their destination so that they can be charged properly. And the guy, with his girlfriend and his other friend, just spoke to me in a manner I do not like.
Yeah.
And I looked at him, and I asked him, which course are you studying? He mentioned the course. And I said, ask me any question on that your field. I studied economics, but ask me any question on that your field. I will answer it. And I will still ask you on that your own field. If you answer me correctly, I will dash you 50K.
Whoa.
And he could not open his mouth to say anything.
Whoa.
So I challenge them when I meet them like that. I don't just let them go. I make them understand that we are worth it. Several times I have dropped my riders halfway. I just get angry. I have to pay for my car. A car I bought for 2.something million naira, and you're paying me a ride of 1.5 and you're talking to me anyhow. Because I'm a businessman. You don't control me. So I don't let them. They can do it with somebody else and get away with it. But when it comes to somebody like me, I'll put in your place. If you're not comfortable,
but George,
and I go my way.
But George, let's talk a little bit about what should be proper behavior. So let's say someone insults you or speaks demeaningly to you. Do you think it's fair, to put them, halfway, probably where it's not even safe for them to even pick a ride?
I'm not gonna leave them anywhere that's not safe. I know about security things. I know. I will not leave them in a place that is not safe. I've carried somebody from NT Road going to Odi Road, getting to that Rumukuru Addison Bogu. The conversation didn't go well because when I'm driving, my phone is connected to the Bluetooth, and when I pick my call, we all listen to it. And on that particular day, after I picked them, not up to 2 minutes, I received the call from the house, and they are all listening that my younger sister was seriously ill, and her husband was not in town. So I was directed by my sister that called me to go and pick them. I said, I already have somebody in my car. It's already 10 p.m. because they had a program in their church, Dominion City. Sorry to call them on the church. So they listened to the conversation, and the girl challenged me that I was revealing her location to them because I said, I'm on NTA Road going to Odili Road. I can't leave my riders off because of the time. And she had the conversation. She still challenged me for revealing that I'm revealing her location to people. You don't know me. I don't know you.
But George, in that case, you can understand the paranoia of this driver. You see, that's the essence of this conversation. Yes, she heard your conversation, but in her mind too, people have heard stories. It could have also been stage managed. Do you understand where I'm coming from?
I understand it can be stage managed, but then. That's why I just turned back, so she don't need to worry herself about it. I have my family to protect. I have to turn back, take her back to her pickup point, and I left them there and go.
Interesting.
So she can worry about whatever. I think if the town is not good, e-hailing drivers are doing things. They are also doing things. Now, do you know one of the e-hailing drivers, I'm speaking to, I don't know whether it's in prison or it's still at one of these anti-kidnapping units, because 2 girls have booked him around 11 p.m. They want him to go to this White House along Elele one side, and the road was very bad. The young man could not enter that place, and they refused to pay him. Should have just let the money go. But in the course of trying to carry them and run away and trying to take them back forcefully to wherever I took them from, they jumped out of the car and injured themselves.
Oh dear.
As I speak to you now, the matter happened around the Lungu police station, and anti-kidnapping have taken the guy, charging him for kidnapping. Why? Because he could not let 1,000 naira go. So these things happen in 2 ways. And I keep saying, e-hailing jobs is not for any other person. You must have character before you go into it. You can't behave anyhow and think you get away with it. So I blame the drivers for not having temperament. You must meet challenges. You must meet people that will insult you because you're serving the public. But you need to have character to keep that job on.
Well, George, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure getting to hear from you, George. Nigeria Info, PH is on. My question is, do you think that they have been unfairly unjustly criticized, ridiculed, marginalized, demonized, and castigated in the city. Everybody gets to be angry when the woman who sells crayfish, right, increases her prices, but they say, not so. But when the taxi driver tells you, well, it's 15 naira added, well, you get upset, you get incensed. And you rightfully should be, because, things are not easy for everybody. But it seems as though when it comes to the commercial drivers, some of you in Port Harcourt have longer memories than the others. You always remember, when did you get 15 naira and I'm not going to come down? But, the driver's going to tell you that, well, tires cost a little bit more. They're going to tell you that engine oil in particular costs way more than it used to be. Fine, they would not change oil every day, every 2 days, every month, or every week. But the point is, the longer they stay without servicing the car, right, the higher the probability that it's going to be even more expensive when they do decide to service the car. So, once again, talking about transportation costs and our Port Harcourt commercial drivers unfairly represented in the public space. Do you think that people look with disdain at commercial drivers? And why though? They are offering a service. Numbers to call 017-923-0002, 017-923-0007, 017-923-0002, 08179230007. WhatsApp and Telegram 0809-030-6416, 0809-030-6416. All right, please turn down the volume of your radio set when you call in. Refrain from making derogatory or defamatory comments, and please do not make unsubstantiated and unverified claims. God's Time is on the line. We'll get to speak to God's Time shortly, and we'll take messages. Okay, let's say hello to God's Time, and I go back to the message. God's Time is speaking to us from Elelenwo. God's Time, good morning to you, please.
Yeah, Mr. David, good morning.
Good.
How are you doing?
Very well. Thank you very much for calling, please.
Okay, I actually want to talk about the driving attitude and passengers' attitude. Hello?
Yes, well, listen to you. Go on, please.
Okay, first of all, it's only in Nigeria where we don't see driving job as a professional job. It is a professional job, and that's why people look down on drivers. Just to look at it, you cannot leave any point you can only point A to point B or to point Z without a driver, whether it's keke, bike, or whatever. They have to carry you. So it's a professional job. But the way people look down on drivers, particularly when they tell you comport yourself, or maybe the way you talk to them is rude. Ladies in particular, the way they behave, I don't know. I've had this experience where someone said, going to Orazi from that same NT, and the person was busy begging me. Okay, he checked on the app, the boat app, it was about 870 naira. So okay, so allow her to enter for 600. I said, okay, since that was my direction, I had somebody, a job from Orazi to Choba. I was going back, instead of me to going empty. I said, okay, let me carry. At a point, she was like, I want to buy something. Can you stop? I said, we have an agreement.
Yeah.
I have my own time. And you see, she said, this was like entering ordinary days. I knew I would have my right, all that. And it's somebody I wanted to head. You see the attitude, the next thing, okay, drop me. And she threw 400 naira.
Oh, she threw it at your face.
Yeah, from NTA, that was almost Ebony Junction. And she threw 400 naira because I refused to allow her to buy something.
That's terrible. Collins is in GR. We have Maxwell from Ukwa. Collins, let's hear from you, please.
All right. Good morning, Jude.
Good morning, Collins.
Yeah, so I'm a cleaning driver.
Okay.
I've had experiences, terrible experiences with these people, with passengers. So the last caller said it all. Most of them treat like they are not actually responsible. Personally, I'm a graduate, and beyond that, I'm also a travel manager in NIM. I'm also a safety officer. I have my neighbors.
Wow.
So yes, I have a lot of. I can go on board because of the country we are living in. If you don't know people, that know people that know people. Except you may find it difficult to get the right job. So because of that, I'm not opting to do both, and Uber and all this stuff. Now, but the people when they come into my car, some people, mostly the ladies, most of them feel like the person they never do. The person is a dullard.
Wow.
You don't achieve anything in life, and they treat you that way. And it's very sad. Now, recently, I took some people from Obibo, all the from Obibo, to Waterlines, from Waterlines to Rumukuta. Do you know this ride was about 5,000 plus? Now, we got to the traffic light at Rumukuta, and they were heading to I was supposed to drop them at a supermarket just before Rumukuta Girls on that empty road. Now, we got to that first traffic light at Sumola Flyover. That wasn't close to my destination. That wasn't the destination, actually. And before I get asked for my account number, I gave my account number. I called it to him and all that. The next thing I saw was that they opened my door and ran away. With 5,000 naira. And up to today, I've not been able to get that.
And had the ride been terminated?
When they left my car, because I could park my car or something, it had disappeared. So you can imagine 5,000 naira in this economy right now with the cost of fuel. That's what these guys ran away with today, shopping last week. So if that's coming now, we say, okay, pay me before we even
start
get to the destination, or I won't accept transfer, give me cash. They will have begin, hey, they're being difficult. You want to be difficult. But look at the things we are passing through now. Now, is anybody feeling the plight? No, I'm not feeling the plight. I ran on reserve tank from Obibo to this place, and you guys making my money. So these are things we face. Aside the insults and all that, we face this kind of dubious practices from these passengers. And nobody gives anything about what we feel or how we go.
Well, people do. People are concerned. That's why we're having this conversation. Like I said, Collins, I've been going around the past 2 months, and I have with me a mini dossier. But let me ask you, Collins, right? We know that some e-hailing drivers and some commercial drivers, whether it's bus or taxis, are very unscrupulous. Some are nasty, some are very trickish. But overall, do you think the commercial drivers and people like you who offer these services, do you think you are actually doing a decent job in Port Harcourt?
Yeah, I think the driving job, it has down to our mindset in Africa, where we fight at the level of fighter, you see them as nothing. Ordinarily, the way it should be, drivers ought to be respected because they're doing a decent job. Because if I drive carelessly, almost, which way they go, you may end up in the lagoon or end up under the what they call it. So it takes a lot to drive. And for me, I think it's a decent job that we respected. And I also blame the company for what they've made the job look like. When this company came out new in Port Harcourt, when the commission was lower, and the cost of fuel was, and all that, then nobody was looking for offline. Once you get into the car, you put on the OT and the right start. But because companies have become insensitive, raising their commissions to very high levels, and refusing to increase the prices to commensurate with the cost of fuel, drivers are now beginning to try to, make effort by saying, okay, let's go offline. So all of these are bringing a lot of hitches and difficulties in the job that end up in arguments and all that. So I also blame the companies because the companies have made the drivers look like peasants. There's a way the company will structure this job in a way that drivers are respected. Increase the fare. See, believe it or not, people that will book like will keep quiet. The companies say, we increase the fare, they will not book. It's a lie. Increase the fare to be commensurate with the cost of fuel.
and you start the way of filtering the people that book the rides. Today, South book rides, criminals book rides, and most of the people are booking rides because it's very cheap.
Okay.
So, but if they increase the price, there'll be some dignity. If you're paying me 5,000 from USD to Woji, I'm sure that you will not treat me anyhow. There's nobody you will see me. If I come out and say because I can afford to buy clothes for myself, let me tell you,
Collins, I'm sorry, we have to go on a break right now, but I think your point is very well understood.